please understand that, like, you know, I have a high-end PC. I can play everything. You know, I was running on Steam with no problems.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the f*** are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
I always love it when a fanboy will sit there and say,
"Oh, well, I'm not anti those because I actually have a really good PC."
that he just chooses not to play. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and by no means am I anti-Nintendo. I own practically everything made by Nintendo. From the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advanced, the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo Wii U, the Nintendo 3DS, the Nintendo Switch. And just to throw this out there real quickly, I'm not bashing the Nintendo Switch. If anybody is thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch but you're unsure of it, get one. It is a really good handheld console. But the issue is, this guy here is a massive Nintendo shill. But he likes to pretend that he's actually giving a fair judgment when it comes to the PC and the Nintendo Switch, because he'll turn around and say,
Of course, I got a very expensive PC. That's very, very powerful.
saying you have one does not actually mean that you have one.
But of course, I've had a good gaming PC. Of course, I've always had it. You know what I mean? Like, setting it up just meant that, like, I took my Xbox controller and figured out how to plug it in.
Oh my.
Number one, most of your modern day gaming PCs actually come with Bluetooth capability, so the only figuring out how to set it up would have been going into your settings, turning Bluetooth on, and linking your controller to it. And if your computer doesn't actually offer Bluetooth capability, for $15 you can go down to Walmart and buy yourself a wired Xbox One controller that just connects via USB. And if you had to figure out how to plug in a USB to your computer, you have a lot bigger issues than complaining about the library of games that you think is subpar on the Steam store.
Right, gaming PC. Not as good as they like to say. The selection of games is awful. It's all the same stuff that's on Xbox One. The Xbox One is more accessible. It has more, connects to the TV, things like that. More memory for games.
Did you seriously just say that the Xbox One has more memory for games than a PC? That is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, an Xbox One uses your standard 7200 RPM hard drive, and the Xbox One, depending on which one you're talking about, the original Xbox One only came with 500 gigabytes, the Xbox One S came with 1 terabyte, and the Xbox One X came with 1 terabyte. Yes, you can upgrade more, but I think the Xbox One only has a maximum of like 10 terabytes that you can actually have to put your games on, whereas the PC literally has an unlimited amount of storage space. As long as you have enough SATA ports and power connectors coming from your power supply, you could have 10 billion terabytes on your PC if you so chose to. So for you to actually sit there and say the Xbox One has more storage space for games than a PC really makes you sound like a fool.
And I think it's the big thing for me that really puts the Xbox One over PC for me is that, like, it comes out of the box with more memory. Tekken 7 alone takes like 70 gigs, right? And I was already overloading my PC with programs of stuff that I need for work and stuff like that, which is why I have it. You know what I mean? Like 70 GBs. What the fuck?
If you are overloading your computer with programs that you already need for work and stuff, I highly doubt you have any more than 250 gigabytes on your laptop. Anybody that's actually running a gaming PC will have a standard minimum of 2 to 3 terabytes of storage space. And then your more high-end gaming PCs are probably going to have anywhere between 20 to 50 terabytes of storage on them. So to compare, an Xbox One 500 gigabyte, because he doesn't say Xbox One S, he doesn't say Xbox One X, he says Xbox One. So to compare the 500 gigabyte Xbox One to a PC stating that out of the box it comes with more storage, I'm willing to bet you're not even using a laptop. You're most likely using a Chromebook. And just out of curiosity, who says GB? Whenever I refer to how big a game is, I don't say,
Oh yeah, you know, Anthem, that one that's like on 147 GBs.
I'll say, yeah, Anthem's like 147 gigabytes, or I'll say gigs. Nobody says GB. No computer gamer ever says GB. Not even any gamers that I know say GB. Every console gamer that I know will say, oh yeah, it's 60 gigs, or it's 40 gigs, it's 20 gigs. This moron says...
And I don't know why the Tekken team seems to think that Tekken needs to be 70 GBs.
Large.
Oh my.
But whatever. It's frustrating.
Is it possible that you're sexually frustrated?
And this is where I'm going to end this video right here. This guy just constantly keeps regurgitating the exact same talking points over and over and over and over again. PC doesn't have enough memory. The Nintendo Switch looks and performs so much better than a PC. It's just the constant same argument for like 10 minutes straight. The only thing I gotta say to this guy is there is nothing wrong with actually having a preferred system. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually preferred the PlayStation for a very long time until I actually got a very high-powered gaming PC, and there is absolutely no way I will ever go back to straight console gaming. I still play my consoles. I love my consoles. I purchased a Switch, and I absolutely love the Switch. The Switch is a wonderful console for on the go. Nintendo did one heck of a job with the Nintendo Switch. 2 thumbs up, 10 stars for the Nintendo Switch. It's an amazing console. So much power in a small little form. Now, also you gotta take into effect that the screen on there is only like 5 inches big. So even if you were to play 720p on that little thing, it would look like 4K because all the pixels are jam-packed together in it. But there's nothing wrong with having a preferred console. That's okay. But don't sit there and act like a Nintendo Switch is 10,000 times superior to a PC, because that is a lie. The PC will outperform a Switch 1 billion times over any day. So stop spreading your lies, stop spreading your misinformation. Be honest about it. Be honest. Say this.
The PC is the strongest, best platform out there. It's where you can get anything that you want. You can play any game. You can play PlayStation games. You can play Xbox games. You can emulate Nintendo games if you so choose to. The PC is the superior platform of everything ever created.
But I prefer my Nintendo.
Be honest and stop lying. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and this guy can fuck off.